Hello everyone and welcome back to part 2. I'm Pete and this is
Jacob.
Yeah, so this is going to be our part 2 of our Poundland or $10 or £10 challenge, survival challenge, which we did. I'll link a couple of the video last week to show what we've got. So we just walked into our local woods, so about 10 minutes or so, and it's getting quite hot. It's like 24 degrees at the moment, in the middle of summer, and we're wearing sort of a waterproof jacket and a fleece sort of thing, and carrying these 2 plastic carry bags. The reason I've got the waterproof coat because the weather forecast did say it's meant to rain tonight, so I thought, well, it is a survival challenge, but if people are out in the woods and sort of things like that, you're usually going to have the sort of items with you anyway. So what I'm going to do now, because I might want to use these plastic bags later on, they're going to get ripped and carried all this sort of stuff into the woods itself. So I'm going to try to fashion some sort of bag out of the waterproof jackets to look after our kit, which is over here. So we're going to make a little bag. We've got a load of dead wood sort of falling all around here. So we're going to use this to make some sort of A-frame or Alice frame pack, just so we can carry our kit into the woods safely. So let's have a go. Take this off. Take this off. So take your coat and that off. What we're going to do, we need to find some sticks strong enough to actually to make a backpack. Sort of on the outside. So we're looking for sticks about that long, but a bit thicker.
Is it on a speed thing?
No. Okay, so I'm going to use my first item from the store, which is our jute twine. So we've got 4 packs of the jute twine, 60 metres. It's probably not the strongest thing in the world, but it's going to be good enough just to do some square lashing around the 4 corners on one of those, just so I can make some sort of primitive backpack. So I can over this. So we're going to get some twine, and then I'm going to hopefully fashion some sort of lashing. When I find the end, there we go. So I'm going to do a nice clow pitch first. I know how to do a simple one. All you've got to do is just 2 loops and then fold it over like a little book. Yeah, fold between each other. So it's 2 loops, 1 loop, 2 loops, and then one behind the other, like that. And then move over here, Jacob. You put it over the stick. Put it over the stick, and then just put it nice and tight. There we see there we've got a perfect clove hitch. Nice and close. Let me in. Just get the lashings in. So I'm a little bit higher. There we go. So that's that one done. And what you could do, just to tighten it up if you want to, you just spin it round here a few times.
Let's all stop because, Daddy, look, something went wrong.
I'll just leave it there.
It's in her.
and just tighten it up nice and tight. Yeah, and then just tie it off again. I'm going to see if I can break this with my hand. Can I? No. So I'm going to need to use my second tool now, which is our knife, but somehow I've got to try and get this out of the packaging. That's going to be the challenge. I'm going to try and get this open. I think the easiest way to do this is to prise it apart, and then I can then try to get into the knife. So you get knives, but they're always hard to get into knives in the first place. So let's hang on. I need a knife to get into a knife. It's always handy, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Right, we've ripped it. Yeah. So this is the pocket knife which I had in there. It had small blades, big blades, all sorts of stuff. So we keep that. You never know. Just for the situation, you might need it. It's got a bit of a cable tie on there, so it just slides out. So here's my knife. I've got on here, we've got a big blade, not too sharp. We've got what should be a little blade, but it's not actually a blade at all. We've got a corkscrew on here. We've got a bottle opener and a can opener. But what makes it really easy is a blade, so I don't have to worry about cutting or folding it up or making a sheath sort of on here. So I'm going to cut the string. I'll cut this little bit of string, and then I'll just lock that back up, put that on a bit of card, and just tie this back up. I sort of close it, just wrap it around 2 times, crossing over each other, and then through your little cross you just made, put the bowstrings through. It's very fiddly with jute twine. There we go, so the first one's done. So I'm going to go ahead now and do the other 3. Okay then, so I've finished my crude little rain cover backpack, rain cover carrier. What I've done, I've tied some string onto the back over here just to make some arm braces, and now I've got myself a little pouch here in which I can put some heavy items like the water bottles and things like that, so which can damage the bags when we're trying to carry them. So that's what I'm going to put in now. I'm going to put the heavy items in here. So we've got our 4 litres of water. So let's get the 4 litres of water out, Jacob. Yeah, let's put one in there. Let's get the other one. Let's get the other water out. Oh, the other one's in the other bag, isn't it? Be careful, don't rip the bag.
Oh, the bag's already ripped a bit.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got some slight issues with technology. The camera's not seems to working properly. It keeps cutting off. The battery's not playing ball. So hopefully now, I've just changed the battery, changed the SD card, changed the lens, and it should be working a little bit better. And I've just gone and snapped my ridgepole. I just snapped it. Right, turn that camera off. Okay, we're not doing too well here. First I leant on the pull and snapped one of the ridge things. I had to do some sort of straight lashing to try to digging it back up again without actually cutting it all off. And I just put it on, and the jute twine is so thin it just snapped sort of on there. So what I need to do now, I need to make some. I either need to abandon this idea and make it a backpack, or make this string stronger. Yeah, sort of on here itself. I think first what I'm going to do, because I have been trying to do this, I'm going to make this string stronger. And the way I'm going to do this, just turn the camera up a little bit. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to take a length of cord. I'm going to do a two-ply twist, just on the cord itself. So just get a length of cord, and it should make it like 3 or 4 times stronger than what it is. So all I'm going to do is get the string, fold it in half. I'm going to keep twisting it until it naturally wants to kink, and then all I'm going to do now is hold that kink, twist the top, wrap the bottom, twist the top, wrap the bottom. Yeah, and I'm going to do this all the way down this cord until I can actually get a nice thicker cord all the way down. Yeah, so I'll come up to the camera now. Yeah, if you can see, you can see it there. I've got the twist, so all I do, take the top one, I twist it, I flick it over. Yeah, so I take the top one, I twist it, roll it over, away, towards, away, towards. And I'm going to do this for the whole length of the cord, and it will make it far stronger. It allows me then to get more use out of this cord. So coming over, and because you've done it correctly, it will stay hanged up. Even if I let go of that, yeah, it will just stay hanged up. So I'm going to come and do this with these 2 bits of cord now. Okay, I've managed to master it. So you now see there on my back, got the frame. I redone one of the sticks. The stick was broken. I just put it onto there. I've used that twine, which I said I doubled up. That's now really strong now, and when I picked the bag up, there's no problems at all. You've got to think in the back of this, I've got 4 litres of water, 3 tins of beans, and some other little odds and pieces, which we've got, and all we've got left now is a double bag. The carry bag is now double bagged up, just with a few really lightweight things in which Jacob can carry along, or myself. So we're now going to go off now and find ourselves a nice pitch to bed down for the night without worrying about bringing any bags or carrying this stuff anymore. So here we go. Oh, what have you made there, Jacob?
I've made a dirt picker.
So how does that work?
Like well, it doesn't work quite well, but it's supposed to go all the way. Or we could do this. Or we could do this. Well, like a helicopter thing.
Yeah, alright, let's go then. Yeah, Jacob.
What?
So what you're carrying there, the ferns you see around the place, they are going to be our either bedding or roofs for our debris shelter we're going to build in a bit as well. So that's what's going to be we're carrying very, very shortly.
Is this our company?
No, we're going to be a bit further. Can you go in front of me? Go on. Got the camera caught or something. Okay. Take a look at that we just found. That's some impressive little debris shelter. So if I wanted to, there's one already made, but no, we're going to go off and do our own thing. What do you reckon to that?
Good. Look, there's a bit of holes in there.
Yeah, it's a bit big to keep warm. Yeah, we're going to carry on going. We'll head down now because we're getting near the end of the wood bit and we want to start heading down here and hopefully we'll find a nice little clearing off the beaten tracks where people don't tend to go and we can come find here. So let's head off down here. Okay, so we're deep into the forest now, and this bit, you sometimes there's a stream, but today is a little bit of a bog. It's quite deep, looks like someone's put some sort of rope up here, but I'm not sure this rope is actually going to get across sort of safely. So we're going to scatter around this area, because where we do the camp is literally just the other side of the green little open field. We're going to camp just on the edge of the field, so we've got nice grasslands, so it's not too dark. Get away from the stagnant water, away from the bugs. So we're going to try to find somewhere to get across this. What it might be a case of putting a log down and using this rope as like a hand line, maybe just to get us over. So let's have a quick look.
Daddy,
Yeah.
look, that could stay here.
Yeah,
Daddy,
very,
look.
It's very, very, very boggy here.
That could stay here.
Yeah, so I'm going to use this log here. I'm going to put this over. I'm going to use this as a Let's have a look at this.
Daddy, look how deep is it? Quite deep.
That's not good off either. No, that's not good. Oh, it's well muddy water around here. Surprising how much drought we've had over the last few days. Yeah, little frogs, little mini frogs. Are you going to focus on it? No, it's not going to. Where's he gone? He was there. There was a fog. Thought focus didn't go anymore. But all this water we've had for the last couple of days, it's just made this place nice little boggy again. So little nature's come back again. It always does, doesn't it? Yeah, it can dry off. It always dries off and comes back with abundance. So where's our camp? There he is, just over there. So we'll find him. Oh. Okay, so we're walking around this little meadow which we just found. I just a little pan around. I knew it was here because I've done a video here before. You probably recognise that this is where I did the ads Altoid tin test, which is over here. It's a bit where I cut my finger just on that little wood there. So I know this place is quite nice. It's quite green and lush. So putting a small fire here isn't going to cause any major issues. Also, we've also got to think about safety from above. Yeah, there's nothing above me, so there's going to be no deadfall or anything which can cause any problems during the night time. And it's quite peaceful. It's right in the middle of the woods. No one comes in because you've got to walk over the bogs to actually get here. So it's just a case of now finding a couple of trees which aren't too far apart from each other, and which we can actually lash up and make a debris shelter sort of from there, because there's lots and lots of these really huge trees. You can see them over there, and there's a couple of dead ones down, but they've been down for a while. Yeah, it's also a load of cobwebs which we keep walking into. But I'm thinking of maybe just going into the woods a little bit, because the trees are a lot thinner. So I'm not going to use less cordage, and I don't need to find a big enough stick to crossbar.
Look, there's a cobweb.
Yeah, more cobwebs again. So I might just venture in a little bit further, just so I'm going to find it easier. Oh, there we go. What have we got here? This actually might be a winner, because it's next to an old dried up dike. No, it's all this thistles and stuff on the floor. No, it's next to a dried up dike as well. So we just need to find something around here, just so we can use it. I want to be away from this dike a little bit, because all the midges are going to be near there. So a little bit further away. So we'll walk up this way, and we'll see what we can find here. But this backpack is really holding up really well. The jute twine, doing it a reverse 2-ply twist, has worked wonders, and there's no issues whatsoever. Actually, I might check out the other side, just because. Oh, here we go. What's we got here? Do you know what, guys and boys? It's just those trees a little bit far apart, but this could be a nice potential spot. Those trees are just a little bit too far apart, so I don't want to go there. Just trying to find something not so far, because we're trying to do a debris shelter. If it's too big, it'll take ages to build it. Oh, here we go. We've got this birch across here. The ground doesn't look too bad. The ground doesn't look too bad here. I can get something across here quite easily. We've got a little bit of shelter. There's no dead branches I can't see hanging up there. We've got some wood laying around. Or likewise, we can even just, if I want to, just move around here a little bit as well. I've got a dead fallen tree, so I can make a really small one, make a lean-to just off that. But because there's two of us, maybe a little bit more. There we go. Actually, this bit here, perfect. Nothing above me which is going to cause any issues. Two birch trees, good distance apart. Some dead wood sort of over there. I've got some foliage, some bracken over there. Just be aware when you are using bracken, there's ticks and that this time of year, so give it a nice little shake before you do use it. But I think, Jacob, with all these cobwebs and that around us, we're not further enough away from the water. We're going to set up camp here. So I'm going to put the bag down here, and I'm going to go back and get our other camera.
Right. So there he goes.
So the thing about self-filming, now you make these shots and you always got to go retrieve your kit. There he is. Let's see, he's filming me and I'm filming him. Let's see, he's filming me and I'm filming him. How cool's that?
Hey!
Hello. How cool's that? Hello.
What does that?
Okay, so we've been out of the woods now. We came out about 12 o'clock. Lunchtime is now 2 o'clock. It's been 2 hours. It's 2 hours to find our spot where we are. Built the backpack to carry our stuff in. Now going to have a little bit of a break. So for some of our items, remember we bought two 2-litre bottles of water for £1, and we also bought 9 milk chocolate Harvest Chewy cereal bars for £1 as well. So we're going to have one of these and a little bit of water. And now we're going to go inside and collect a load of wood and materials to start building our shelter for the night. So have a quick drink. There's mosquitoes everywhere around here, or midges, what do you want to call them?
And spiders.
So we need to get something on the go, some sort of smoke, some sort of fire, just to ward them off as well. There we go. I remember that. So we brought our water in because there's been such a big drought, or sort of dryness spell in Britain for a good 4 weeks now, and the water source, as you saw nearby, was muddy and horrible, and I don't want to give them any illness, so I'd rather just bring some fresh water in. It's just one less thing to really worry about. Because this is a fun trip, not a survival-y trip. It's not life or death. Come out to have a little bit of fun, seeing what you can do with £10 from Poundland. You might have saw a glimpse on a previous video just a second ago of another bag which I'm carrying in. Yes, I am carrying another bag in. That's an emergency bag. If I was on my own, I wouldn't have worried, but because I brought my son, who was only 8 years old, I'd rather make sure he's safe and sound. So I do have a small one-man tent, a small sleeping bag, and a small gas cooker, first aid kit, and a little bit of warm clothing, just in case he does get cold or the weather does turn. I will try to sleep inside I will sleep in the shelter we build all night. But if the weather gets really bad, I can actually put him inside a shelter to make sure he's safe and sound. So I will be putting that up out of camera shots and sort of thing, just in case I need it. They aren't actually too bad. They're quite nice. Milk chocolate, Harvest Chewy. Also got a little fact for you as well they have on it. Bit like, yeah, did you know elephants spend 23 hours a day eating? So it's 24 hours of the day, and they spend 23 of the days actually eating. What a cool fact. What's your one say?
Did you know a rhino's horn is made of hair?
Yeah, another thing there. So rhino's horn is made of hair. Did not know that either. Okay, so our next port of call, we've had a little bit of bite to eat. We now need to find a crossbar, a ridgepole big enough to go across here, and then we'll start making some slopes and get all this bracken down over there. So let's put that wood down, let's put the bottle of water down there. Jacob, let's go and try and forage a tree big enough for this. Bear in mind, all I have is a small pocket knife. All I have is a small pocket knife, so I need to make sure that what we pick up has already been pre-cut, and I'll snap it into the right size. You know what I need to do? I need to measure it first, don't I? But what are you carrying the water for? No, what are you carrying the water for? I just filmed this section, I forgot to press record. So I think I just hit gold with this one. It's quite long, it's not too long, but there's a Y-shaped tree just there, so I can use the tree method to snap it to the right size. So we're going to get this out now, Jacob. We're going to pull this over to that tree, and then we're going to snap it to the right size. There we go. It's massive. Do you know what? I'm stuck there now, so I'm going to hold this, Jacob. There we go. So that's off. It's now out. So let's go and get this to the right size now. I'm thinking first let's just try to see what I can break off from my foot. Nice firewood. Right, Jacob, measure from that end to that end, 13 your paces. Yeah, off you go.
Wow.
That measure from the end of that stick, 13 your paces. I want 16 paces. Off you go then.
1, 3, no 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5 feet, 6, 7 feet.
Okay, keep the feet straight. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So where the knot is on the wood, that's where I need to snap it. So just where that knot is. Right, so let's give that a go then. Where was it? Where was that knot?
Huh?
Do you remember where it was? I think it was that bit there. Well, that's not snapping in a hurry. No, that's not snapping in a hurry. There we go. When you are snapping wood like that, just make sure you are ready for that fall. That's why I went forwards and then to the ground. So when it did go, I didn't have much distance to actually fall. There we go. So that's now snapped. I've got another nice pull as well. Let's try and get that off the bark. There we go, so I've got another pull to come out on the edge. I've now got a lovely ridge pull. I'll just snap this bit off. See if I can get the rest of it off. Hey presto! Let's go see if it fits. Come on, let's go. Whoa! You know what? It's slightly too small. I snapped it in the wrong place. Oh. God damn it! But what I might do then, change of plan. Instead of a ridge pull like that, let's have it a ridge pull like this, as this is a perfect. Are you filming?
Mm.
Yeah. I'll get this one as well.
So, when are we allowed another chocolate bar?
When we've done some work.
Huh?
Eat it all now, there's nothing left. Okay, so I snapped this pull, we measured it, and it snapped at the wrong place. But in a survival situation, you don't want to use too much energy snapping wood and sort of stuff, so you make do. So what I've gone and done now is, instead of having a big lean-to, open sort of end lean-to, where the tree was had a nice little trunk which is just in here. This is a hefty duty pull, so it's really good ridge pull. So instead of making a lean-to, I'm actually going to make an A-frame tent, sort of, which is going to be actually more enclosed. So I'm going to drape it down one side, drape it down the other side, and then get all the bracken, and then slide inside, put with the tarp, put it on the grass. So any midges and sort of stuff won't actually get it. We can wrap around it. Be a little bit warmer as well, actually. So a little bit more cosy. So that is what we're going to do now. I'm now going to get load of trees, of wood. I'm going to start building it from the bottom, and I'll work our way up to the top. Yeah, building it up as we go. Right, so let's go, Jacob. Turn that one off. See, camera. Okay, so we've got the basic frame done now. Next job we're going to do now is to cut a load of bracken down and start building the bracken up from the base, moving up to the top. We'll do one side first, then we'll do the second side to try to make it a watertight little area, and then we'll start seeing all the scrap pieces of wood I've got laying around. We'll start clearing an area, get a digging stick on the go, and start getting some food and see what else we've got inside our Poundland bag of goodies which we can use. So let's get some bracken cut.
Where should I put it now? Here?
Right, now what we need to start doing is building it up along the edges, yeah, so we can start. Yeah, what we might want to do actually is just take it like this, a big bundle like that, and just bung it all on. Is the easiest way around it. Yeah, bung it all on the back there. If we pick it all up and just bung it all on the back there like that. Yeah. All these broad leaves will help run the water off. Right, we just need about another 30 of those bundles like that. Where are you going?
Oh. Can you hear me?
Okay then, right, so like last time I came here I cut myself, this time not on a knife. I tried just pulling the fern by hand so it was a bit quicker, and no, I knew they were sharp, silly thing to do, so I'm going to dress that quickly. I do have a first aid kit with me because it's silly not to take the first aid kit out in the woods, especially if you've got little kids and that, so I'm going to quickly clean that up and then carry on going again. Give that a quick wipe.
Daddy, should we start doing the other side now?
Yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a plaster on it and wrap it with a little bit of tape, I think.
So what's the cut? Can I see?
Just a little slice.
Well, I heard you say, "Oh!"
And what I'll do, just to come out of the woods, a little bit of tape on it as well, just to keep it on. There he is. This is a whole bracken patch earlier on, and he's carved this all down. He's doing really well. Got nice little piles. Is that your pile done? Yeah, so put the knife away then, and then carry that, we'll put that over the shelter. Okay then, so it's now 3:30. We're going at the shelter for an hour now. Jacob's getting a little bit hungry and sort of exhausted, so thought what I'll do, I'll stop the shelter a little bit. I've just got a stick which I can make a digging stick. I'm going to cut away some of this grass around the area and dig down some of the dirt. We're not in a pine forest or pine trees, so we've got nowhere, don't worry about roots channeling the fire under the ground. This is just it's deciduous wood, so there's not much sap held in the roots. So, and it's all quite damp along the ground as well. So we're going to clear some area out, and then get a fire on the go, and we can heat up the pan and get some noodles or some beans on the go, so we've got something to eat. But I also need to find some stick as well, because we've got no eating utensils. I need to carve some sort of spoon or spatula so we can actually eat our food out of it as well. So let's go on. We don't need a fire for heat today, so I'm going to put as we've got a nice bench over here, I'm going to put our fire near our bench so we can have somewhere to sit down and eat at the same time. Yeah, so there's my bench. So I'm going to put my fire just about here. Yeah, nice little clearing, there's nothing above me. And what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to use a stick and then hook up and try to pull back some of this grass just to make way. I'm not going to have a big fire because I've only got a little pan, and so it's not here for heat, it's only here for cooking. So, Jacob, do you want to do this? Going to clear some grass? No. Yeah. So clear this area out. And also when I leave as well, for clearing this area of grass out, I just put this grass back over the top again. It's going to make it so much easier for me to leave no trace that I've actually been here. This is really handy, all these down trees, so everything's sort of dry. Yeah, just got to break it off. So again, no need for tools. So all I've got is that little pocket knife. If I can break, bramble. If I can break stuff up, which is off the floor, dead standing, we are well away. Look at this, look at this, it's breaking up. Wood here. Big one trick though, which I always say when people break these things up, when you're looking at the wood, just before it breaks, close your eyes, turn your head away from it to protect your eyes. The last thing you want to do is look at the wood coming towards you, it breaks, splinters and come all over the place. So dead wood's okay, but just be careful when you are breaking it, yet you pull it, look where it's going, close your eyes, turn your head away from it so it protects your face. All this, matter of seconds, all this wood.
Out to find birch bark for this fire, and we found a birch tree over there, but we don't know if it has birch bark in it. And here Daddy goes away on holiday. Well. So, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Come over here.
Huh?
Over here.
I'm zoom in.
Okay, so the moment I use a knife just to carve it over there, we'll use a little one just to see if I can actually prise it up without actually dulling the blade on the other one, but it's not working too well at the moment. Over that section, so I'll get the blade back out again. I've scored all around this section of this fallen birch. Probably don't need this much really, but if you can harvest it, it's always best to harvest as much as. There's going to be lots of little bits. But that's good though. We still use all that. It's going to make good tinder in a sec. There we are. One shelter.
Yep.
Let's open this up. It's recording, is it?
Yeah.
No. Wait, Jacob. Try to get it straight. Okay, so ready for our next item. So we've got the shelter now built. Our next item we got from Poundland was this tarp. So it's a weatherguard poly tarp, 1.8 by 1.2. So this is now going to be put on the floor. I'm going to open it up quite wisely because I just realised the plastic bag I can actually put over this and actually make it a little bit more waterproof as well. So you've got that knife, Jacob?
Yeah.
So I'm going to open this up carefully. So everything you can get, you need to make sure you can use it for again and again. It just does all those different things. So I'm going to cut this bag open quite carefully. So the idea is, once I open this bag up, I can then use it as something else as well. There's always, in survival, always try to think of different things you could use. Yeah, I'm there. So I've got the tarp, which is here. I've got a little bit of kindling, some paper, which is there. And I'm also going to slice down the side of this as well. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have any gap on the top, because I found a bit of yellow tarp sort of laying around, a bit of yellow canvas, earlier on just floating around. Yeah, so I thought, well, let's see how blunt this knife is now after using it for all those ferns. It's struggling cutting plastic. Yeah, so open it all up. One more side. And this can aid as another little bit of shelter inside the thing above us. So we've got the natural debris. So if there's any gap now floating around, I can now put this little bit of plastic tarp goes over it. So if it starts leaking anywhere, I've now got a little bit of plastic bag in there as well. So let's just get this ground sheet. It's not the biggest ground sheet in the world. It's not the best ground sheet in the world, but for what we need inside there, see, this wouldn't have been, if I wanted to use as a little lean-to, they wouldn't have been that big at all. But as a ground sheet for inside this is going to be perfect. So I'm going to go in here now and just lay this in.
So it's too dark at the minute. Well, you see a bit. So it's too dark at the minute. So later we're going to put a torch. Well, you might not see it dark because the camera's on it too light a bit. And we're going to put ferns in, and we're going to push the ferns out like this, so the ferns won't poke us. So if you like our shelter, just let us know. Spider.
It's actually not that bad actually. Nice beef flavoured beans and noodles.